What up? What up? What it do, my peoples? I told you I'll be back. I told you I'll be back. Yo, ABlakk. ABlakk is live in effect with another ABlakk quick thought today. You know what I'm saying? Another ABlakk quick thought. I know it wasn't I didn't give y'all warning, but you know, ABlakk, I never give warnings when I'm gonna drop a thought, right? I never do that. But no, I'm just coming on because you know, few publications out here talking about Charlie Strong maybe nearing his tenure here, maybe ending, not because we're firing him or letting him go. I guess it's because he wants to leave and you know explore different options. And if so, I mean, great. You know what I'm saying? You know, I have nothing but great things to say about Charlie Strong and the work he's done, the work he's done here, and what he's accomplished in such a short time with just the overall development of the linebackers and like what he did for West. And you know, you could see the development and how Corey Flagg game has changed from the year without him and then what he looked like with him as a coach and just Wesley itself. So with that, you know, I know he will be sorely missed, right? He will definitely be missed. But you know, we got to get as a fan base, some of us can't say all of us, but some of us, we got to get out of the mind concept is when we lose a good coach that it's the end of the world and we can't get another one that's just as good and capable of duplicating or not surpassing the job done by the previous guy. You know, like, yes, Charlie Strong is what he is, right? We all know what he is as a coach, as a developer, as a recruiter. But I know there are plenty other position coaches of his stature that's out here in the country that can do the same here, right? I didn't do no research yet because this is just on a whim. I didn't do no research on linebacker coaches and stuff like that. Maybe that's something Coach Mario and Coach Gidry will sit down and discuss, you know, together and try to make that hire together. Or if Coach Mario already has somebody in mind and him and Gidry could sit down and talk about it. But Charlie Strong will be missed. He will be missed. Is he replaceable? Yes. Every coach is replaceable. It's proven, right? When coaches leave, the programs don't shut down. When other coaches leave programs, that program doesn't shut down, right? So, you know, it's just another if all this comes to fruition that he leaves right now, I guess it's just speculation. I mean, it could come true, but until then, it's, you know, just speculation, right? So we'll see. But you know, my thing is we gotta get out the mind concept of thinking that, you know, when we lose a guy, that we can't get somebody just as good. You know, it's like with some people, it's like the end of the world when we lose a position coach. It's like, oh man, he so left. What's going on? We like just relax. Like relax. You know what I mean? It was like when Jimmy left, everybody was worried. Or when Howard left, everybody was worried. We replaced Howard with Jimmy. When Jimmy left, everybody was worried. We replaced Jimmy with Dennis, right? When Dennis left, we replaced Dennis with Butch, right? So, and it goes on. But some of the head coaches hires after that were, you know, like, yo, but I'm just saying we've lost position coaches before. Like if you look at Jimmy Johnson's staff, when that staff was loaded with talent as coaches, you know. So I mean, we just got to take a chill pill, you know what I'm saying, and take a step back, you know, let this thing play itself out, you know, and let the new guys work. You know what I'm saying? Let the new guys come in and improve themselves. Or if we get a guy that's already proven at a certain level, you know what I mean? Like, you know, everybody's talking G5 or P5 and stuff like that, right? But just because you had a P5 school and you go to another P5 school doesn't mean you're going to have the same success at that new school that you had at your previous school. Each job is different. Each young man is different. Each program is different. Each environment, each culture is different, right? And how you fit into that culture, how you fit into that environment. So everything is different. But yeah, I mean, I'm going on the record saying, Coach Strong would sorely be missed. Just his knowledge of the game alone. He's been in the game for so many years. He's done probably forgot more football than some cats know. You know what I mean? It's just he's seen it all. He's been there, done that. But one thing's for sure, two things for certain. What you think you know when it comes to Coach Mario, you better rethink that, because you may think he's going right and he's not even going left. You know what I'm saying? You may think he's going right, but he's not even going left. He's going over top of you. You know what I'm saying? That's how he operates. He operates like Maverick and Top Gun. You know what I'm saying? He does different. He's gonna do it his way. You know what I mean? You gonna say he can't do it, and he gonna show you that it can be done, right? So now, with all that being said, it still has to show on the field and productivity and the win-loss record. But I'm not here to talk about that, right? I'm just here to talk about Charlie Strong, what's being put out there in the publications, that he may be leaving the program. But like I said, I know he will be missed in that linebacker meeting room. But guess what? Somebody else got to come in. Somebody else got to build a rapport with these young men. And whoever comes in as the linebacker coach, I'm pretty sure it's not going to be, Joe Smo off the street who ain't never coached in his life. So building a rapport with young men should be easy to whoever gets the job, right? To whoever gets the job. I hate to see him go. I wouldn't mind him if he was the DC, but that's not the case. Can't worry about that. Maybe did he want the DC job? Don't know. I don't know. Maybe he did. Maybe he didn't. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? All I know is a possibility that he's leaving. That he's leaving to pursue different options, and he has all the right to. And I'm not gonna bash nobody for him not being a DC or bash him for leaving. Now I understand it's a business, and at the end of the day, you gotta do what's best for you and do what's best for your family. Now it's just on to the players. Now I'm focused on who we're gonna get to coach up these linebackers who saw significant jump in their production, and learning one way, and now you gotta learn a new way. But guess what? That's part of being a football player. Even professionals have to deal with new coaches coming in. You know what I'm saying? Just like on the Monday after the last game of the NFL season, coaches get fired. So, 53 to 80-something men got to learn a whole new system, a whole new coaching staff. You know what I mean? So it happens across the board in sports. So it's no different here at the University of Miami that our young men are going to experience something different than any other program across the country that they experience with new coaches come in. Hey, you got to strap up your boot, tie up your boots, shut your mouth, keep your ears open, your ears and eyes open, and just go to work. You know what I'm saying? Get in your playbooks, meet with your new position coach, see how he wants to use you, and just and take your training to the field, to the practice field, and welcome him with open arms, whoever it may be. Accept it, accept change. Accept the change, because, in life, things change. You got to be able to roll with the punches. You got to be able to adjust on the fly. You know what I'm saying? You got to be able to adjust on the fly, like in a game. If something ain't going right and the coach make an adjustment, you have to be able to adjust with the coach. You know what I'm saying? In the game, on the fly, short notice. So same thing with Charlie Strong, Coach Strong possibly leaving, and the new guy coming in. Coming in spring, you're gonna get used to him. He's gonna get used to y'all. He's gonna find out your weaknesses, your strengths, what y'all can, what you can't do, what y'all love to do. What you iffy about, and what you just can't do that you got to work on. So I guess that's the plus about it, right? You get to learn somebody new, and it's a fresh start for anybody who feels, they should have got more playing time. Now you got two new sets of eyes in there, a new coach, a new position coach. Now you got to impress them. You know what I'm saying? Now you got to impress him. With the new coach, I hope he's a developer and hope he can recruit. I hope he can recruit. You know what I'm saying? Most importantly, developer. I hope he can develop the young men or continue to develop the young men that are there, right? And develop the young men that's coming in from the class we just signed so we don't miss a beat and able to continue to stack talent on talent with what Coach Strong has brought in already would be a plus, you know. But like I said, Coach Strong will be missed if everything is true that's out here in these publications, out here in this coaching world, that he will be leaving the University of Miami. All love and all respect to the coach. Wish him nothing but the best wherever he goes, and wherever he goes, I know those young men, they're gonna be fortunate to have a coach of the stature of Charlie Strong. But you know, the U must go on. You know, we can't sit here and have flowers and be singing, you know, singing sad songs. You know what I'm saying? You know, we got to rejoice. It's a new day. You know, spring ball is less than a month away. First practice is March 4th. So it's time to rejoice, man. It's time to be happy. You know what I mean? That we're going to get some football from our beloved Canes to see what all these new coaching changes, what it's going to look like. You know, hopefully in a few days or so, the OC will be mentioned. And, you know, whatever coaches he bring with him, a wide receiver coach, if we can have any changes to the offensive side of the staff, all that'll be coming out hopefully relatively soon, you know. No timeline, but, you know, hopefully soon. Because like I said, spring ball starts March 4th. You know what I'm saying? But who's to say the guy isn't hired? Who's to say that didn't take place? It's just they made public. I don't know, right? But at the end of the day, I ain't gonna drive myself stir crazy over it. You know what I'm saying? Keep refreshing timelines and keep talking about the same thing and all this other stuff. Like, nah, there's other things to talk about, right? You know, there's other things going on in the world. Then why haven't Coach Mario hired or made it public on an OC hire, right? I'm not sweating that. You know what I mean? But I had to talk about Coach Strong because that's relevant. That's relevant news to, you know, to get up here and chop it up with y'all for a brief moment. That's important. But yeah, man, like tell me how y'all feel. I see I got a few of y'all up in the chat. You know what I'm saying? I got a few of y'all. You know, tell me how y'all feel. Y'all feel thumbs up on it, thumbs down, thumbs down or thumbs up. How y'all feel about Charlie Strong leaving? How y'all feel about that? You know? Big G, I can't say for sure. We can't say for sure that he didn't interview him, right? We can't say for sure that he did interview him. So I'm not sure. I don't know. Look, my man texted me. He did it. Like, I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Okay, so if Charlie Strong said it, then he didn't interview him. Then he didn't interview him. I don't know why he didn't interview him, right? I know some of us got jobs, and you look and another person got a promotion, and you was like, man, did you know that slot was open? And you didn't even know. So it happens. Don't just happen in the coaching world. That happens in real life. So it happened. Does it make it right? No, it doesn't make it right. But is coach wrong for that? I ain't gonna sit here and say he wrong. I'm not gonna say he wrong. I'm not gonna say he right. I'm just like, yo, at least afford the man the opportunity to interview for the job, and then you make your decision after that, right? You make a decision after that, and you move on. But yeah, if he didn't, that's too bad. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, I love Charlie Strong. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna miss him. You know what I mean? I love, like I said, I love what he brought to that room, to that linebacking room. I love what he brought. So I don't know. I won't say he's stubborn like Golden, Golden saw Golden had an offense capable enough to win the ACC. His offense was good enough. His defense was the backbreaker. His defense was terrible, and he wouldn't get rid of his man because they were business partners. Like, that's a little different. Like yo, if we're on a ship and that thing is sinking, I'm not gonna try to be the only one fixing it. You know what I'm saying? If I see I'm the only one fixing it, then I'm going to leave you there, or I'm jumping off, or I'm throwing you off. I'm throwing you off so I can survive. Period. Like, my job is on the line here. You know what I'm saying? My job is on the line. So he didn't want to get rid of his boy, and it was clearing the defense stunk. But you live by the sword, you die by the sword, right? He lived by his man. That was his man. They went to college together. You know what I'm saying? They business partners. They've coached together for so long. So he felt loyalty. You know what I'm saying? And I get that. But at some point, loyalty runs out when you're just not doing the job. You know what I'm saying? When you're not living up, when you're not holding up your end of the bargain, something got to give. And D'Onofrio should have been it. He should have been cut. So, I mean, maybe. I mean, Anthony. I mean, you're right. Maybe. You know, he could have been. He could have been. He could have been upset with some players and upset with some coaches. Who knows? I don't know. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? But it happens. I mean, look what's going on in Alabama. You know what I'm saying? Look what's going on at Bama and these other places. You know what I mean? Was Kirby Smart pissed off at James Coley when he demoted him from the OC? Like, was he pissed off, or did he just feel he wanted somebody better to run the offense? You know what I'm saying? Which one is it? We don't know. All we know is he was replaced, right? Like Butch Davis. Think about Butch Davis in 98. He fired his man, who was the DC. Fired him right after the season or after that UCLA game. But I know he was let go because the next year he brought in Coach Graciano. Like, you know what I mean? Like, was he pissed? Or did he say, look, man, I'm just not liking what I'm seeing defensively. I'm going to get somebody else. And that's what he did. So I don't know if Coach was mad at other coaches. I don't know if he was mad at other coaches or what. But at the end of the day, you know, like my man said, I'm gonna quote a movie. If y'all know what movie I'm talking about, put it in the chat. If y'all know a movie I'm talking about, put it in the chat. You know, in Mario case or any coach case, right? They're in the business of winning games. But the movie quote was they're in the business of saving lives. You know, they're in the business of saving lives. And what they do to save lives don't get talked about in bars or in living rooms because it would be frowned upon. But you sleep under the protection that they provide, right? So that was a quote from a movie. Let me see if y'all get it. I ain't want to give you all of it because y'all would get it, but you know what I'm saying? But like your head coaches, they're in the business of winning games by any means necessary. And sometimes coaches get cut loose. You know, like sometimes coaches get cut loose, like Clemson. They let go of their OCs. You know what I'm saying? Let go of their OC. They brought in a new one, right? It happens. It happens. It happens across the board, right? Everybody, you know, we talk about there's coaches who should be head coaches, but maybe they don't want to be a head coach. Some people are cool with just being a lifetime assistant. Like somebody asked me yesterday, man, Corey Raymond was at LSU for years. Why was he never the DC? I don't know. Why did Coach O promote him? Coach Mo had the first time his last season there. He had the first time DC at LSU. I think it was Durante Jones. He's from the DMV area. He went to McLemore High School right in Forestville, Maryland. First year head coach. Why not promote Corey Raymond? We don't know why. But then nobody bad Coach O for not having Corey Raymond as the DC, right? So it happens. Maybe they know something we don't. You know what I'm saying? You may be a great DB coach. He is the GOAT. He's the best DB coach in the country by far. Doesn't mean he'll be a good DC. And Coach O knows that. So you got a lot of different variables, right? You got a lot of different variables where this and that don't have one to do with the other, right? So why Coach Mario did not why he didn't interview Coach Strong, I don't know why. Hold on. So I don't know. And from what I just read, I mean, did Strong say he wasn't interviewed for the job, or did somebody else say he wasn't interviewed for the job? Or maybe, look, there's a bunch of different scenarios, right? Maybe Strong and maybe Coach Strong or Coach Mario had a conversation, and Coach Strong was like, look, he don't want to be the DC here. He was already talking to Bama. So why interview a person if you had a conversation where he's not sure if he wants the job? If that happened, right? These are all speculations that I'm throwing. I'm throwing all type of scenarios out there. ABlakk, do position coaches have to usually, let me see. ABlakk, do position coaches have to usually master philosophy of what the coordinators are going to be running, or does it really matter? Yes and no. You would like to get a position coach that matches the personality of the coordinator, right? So you're on the same page. But then, like, if you're the DC, right, and I'm a cornerbacks coach, my philosophy may be different from yours. Maybe you're a cover 2-3 guy, right? But I'm a cover 0, cover 1 dude. I can teach 2 and 3, but cover 0, cover 1 is like, yo, that's what I want to do. But I'm professional and mature enough and nice enough where I can adapt my philosophy to your philosophy to make this defense work, to train my DBs to play any coverage you need us to play, because they're gonna learn them all, right? So yes and no. You know, it all depends on the coach, right? It depends on the coach. That's you know, it depends on the coach. So like I said, yes and no. But if you got a coach that's my way or the highway, I want it like this, in that position, and that coordinator doesn't leave any wiggle room for the position coach to teach a different technique but get the same result, that's where you're going to have a problem. Like 2 + 2 is 4, right? Wherever you are in the country, wherever you are in the world, 2 + 2 is 4. But there are many ways to get 4. Right? There are many different ways you can get 4. 3 + 1, 2 + 2, right? It's many ways to get there. You know what I'm saying? So it's many ways to get that answer. You know what I'm saying? So there's many different coaching styles, but it's the personalities. Like the personalities, you got to be able to humble yourself. You got to be able to humble yourself and allow yourself not to be the smartest person in the room, and allow yourself to learn from your peers, because everybody doesn't know everything, right? Everybody doesn't know everything. You know what I'm saying? That's why Bill Belichick, who they considered the greatest coach of all time, he learns every day. He learned from Bill Parcells, right? He also used to come down to the Keys and learn from Jimmy, right? Nick Saban learned from who? Belichick, right? So everybody has a teacher. Everybody has a teacher. Everybody has something that they go and they learn from. So you can't come into a program and think you're the smartest or the sharpest knife in the book. He said he went to the Mario's office and said he will not be returning. That's when he found out the DC was hired. Okay, I mean, well, if he went to Mario's office and said he would not be returning, Why did he go to coach's office and say he won't be returning? And that's when he found out. That's when he found out that the DC was hired. So if he found out after the fact, but he had intentions of already going to tell him he wasn't returning, you know what I'm saying? But I don't know if any of that is true. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. And honestly, I don't care. Right? I don't care. I don't do the gossip. He says, she says stuff. I'm just reporting on what I see. All that other stuff that behind closed doors, I ain't getting paid to know. I ain't getting paid to know if he knew, if he didn't know, right? I get it. If he didn't get an interview, I think it's wrong, because I think you should have gave the man opportunity to interview, right? If that's what happened. But if he already was like, yo, he ain't want to be there, then it is what it is. ABlakk, do DVD and coach or die philosophy fit in terms of? Yeah, I think it does. Because if you watch Georgia plays a lot of cover one. They play a lot of they play bump and run. You know, they do. So I think those philosophies align. You know, align very well. You know what I mean? I think the last two DB coaches, they prefer cover one and cover zero, that bump and run. The last three, you know what I'm saying? Mike Rump, T-Rob, DVD, and a die, they've all played, you know what I'm saying? They played that bump and run. So I think, to answer your question, Anthony, I think Coach DVD, that's right, I'm going to call him Coach DVD and Coach Die, I think their philosophies mesh very well. Very well. I mean, the article is on ESPN, but like it's a lot of things that's on ESPN that's not all factual, right? Like some publications, I take it for a grain of salt. If it's true, then it is what it is. I mean, maybe he should have given him the job, right? Maybe he should have given him the job if Strong really wanted it, big bro. Well, no, I'm the older brother, so I'm big bro. So maybe he should have gave him the job, right? But as a fan, you already know what's going on you already know what's going on this side of the screen with what I'm dealing with, right? You know what I'm saying? With what I'm dealing with. But I'm not disagreeing with you at all. You know what I'm saying? I'm a little big bro. How about, no, I ain't, because you're not little. You're not little. And I don't like when people call grown men their little brother, your younger brother. So yeah, you're my younger big brother, because, you know, yeah. But I'm not disagreeing with you. I think, you know what I'm saying, I think he should have been interviewed. And at the worst case scenario, I think he should have been to DC, you know, but he's not. So I'm going to roll with the new guy. I'm going to roll with him. But, you know, man, it just seemed like the last month, it's like, yo, just we've been on a roller coaster ride, right? Just with everything. You know, Black, let me see. Is there different ways of running man-to-man coverage, or is it all the same because we never assumed it was different depending on the DC? Yeah, I mean, look at Alabama. They run a cover 3 man concept, right? You know what I'm saying? They like a matchup man, a zone matchup. You know what I'm saying? So it's different. It's different ways to run man. You don't got to be up in his face. There's cover 2 man. You know what I'm saying? There's off man. You know what I'm saying? There's off man, press man, bump and run. There's many different ways to disguise it. You know what I'm saying? You could play man, play side, zone, backside, or play zone, front side, and man, backside. There's many different ways to skin a cat, right? Many different ways to skin a cat. You know what I mean? But you got to have a DC that's creative. You know what I'm saying? Able to scheme it and disguise it. And we still don't have an OC. I mentioned that right before you came in, bro. I mentioned that. I was talking about that. You know what I'm saying? Let me see. What my man Chris have to say? If it's true, ABlakk, you're right. That was wrong. Charlie Strong has a decorated resume, but you're right. We don't know behind closed doors. I wish Coach Charlie Strong nothing but the best. Right. I wish him nothing but the best, because we already know he's a great. You know, Charlie Strong is a great coach. Period. Great. He's a great coach. Miami fan black since 84. Likewise, since 84, I've been a fan. Since 84. I guess Mario gonna get it right. He has to get it right. He has to get it right. He has to get it right. Right? And look, he wants to get it right. Like, nobody wants to win more than him. This is his school. This is his alma mater. This dude played here. You know what I'm saying? He got a bunch of zippers on his body from the battles he went through, the wars he went through, for lack of a better term, for this university. So nobody wants to do it more than him. He wants this program to put on for his city, for the city, for 305 and up that 95 North. Whoever reps the Canes, he wants to put on for him. You know what I'm saying? This national brand. He want to put on for us, So he want us to be able to, on Saturday night, Sunday mornings, where we go to rock that. We always gonna rock that You Get Proud, but to be able to rock it proud and be able to have, be able to run our mouths just a little bit, like we used to back in the day, So it'll get there. It'll get there, Black. I'm predicting that Mario hires. Hey, I wouldn't be mad with that. I wouldn't be mad with that. I wouldn't be mad at that at all. Let me see. I'm gonna say this again. We fans need to stop paying attention to us microwave dynasties at your scene with Georgia and Alabama, and be patient with Mario Rome. Rome wasn't built in a day. You're right. It wasn't. It wasn't built in a day. You're absolutely right. Patience is a virtue. You know what I'm saying? But proper preparations prevent poor performances. And right now, coach is taking proper preparations so we can prevent those poor performances that we saw against Middle Tennessee State, Duke, FSU, and so forth and so forth. So yeah, I mean, I don't think it's going to take as long as some people think, but hey, everybody's entitled to their opinion. It's a difference in looking them being effed over, bro. I mean, it is. It is. But who are you speaking of? Hold on. I don't know if other grown men are scared of Mario. Coach Mario. I'm like, you're a grown man. You're professional too. Like, I don't know if Charlie Strong is. Why would Coach Strong be scared? He's been the head coach as well. Like, I don't know if grown men are afraid of a grown man. If you're afraid of if you're in this coaching profession and you're afraid of another grown man, then you shouldn't be coaching. Then you shouldn't be coaching. I don't think fear or scare has anything to do with it. You know what I'm saying? I don't think Coach Mario is a tyrant, a dick. You know what I'm saying? I don't do it this way or off with your head. You know what I'm saying? I don't think so. And I don't think no grown man is afraid of another grown man. So, but that's your opinion. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna say you're wrong. That's your opinion. And you're very much entitled to that, champ. You know what I'm saying? You're very much entitled to that. Big G, I gotta do some research. You know what I'm saying? I gotta do some research. Like I said earlier, I didn't do no research. I just jumped on just to, chop it up with you guys. I didn't do no research, but I will. But guess what? I could have 10 names, right? I can have 10 names. And everybody in this chat, we can all have 10 names, and all of us can agree with each other's selections, right? And none of them coaches be the dude that get the job, right? So we got 37 people in here, right? And everybody had 5 coaches, and guess what? None of those coaches we chose will be the guy to get the job. That's how Coach rolls, yo. Like, no one foreseen the new DC Gitry being hired. His name wasn't even brought up or talked about, at least in some of the circles that I run in. You know what I'm saying? That I know of, his name wasn't brought up. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that's how he operates. You know what I'm saying? That's how he operates. You know what I mean? And I'm not gonna say it's good. I'm not gonna say it's bad. That's how coach operates. It works for him. You know what I'm saying? It works for him. You know, him and Coach Zoe. You know, they do their due diligence. You know, vetting these candidates because maybe they don't want history to repeat itself a year removed from the OC from last year, right? Maybe they don't want that. So maybe they're doing a serious job vetting these individuals. And like I said earlier, I don't know, Big Groove, I don't know if you in here still, bro, but like I said earlier, what if the OC is already hired and coach just didn't put it out yet? You know what I'm saying? Maybe it's a couple I's that need to be dotted and a few T's that need to be crossed and then it'll come out. Right? We don't know. You know what I'm saying? We don't know. But if let's just say if it's the guy that everybody's been talking about, how y'all feel? How y'all feel about that guy? Thumbs up on him or thumbs down, or how you feel if it's him? If it's him that everybody's been talking about for the past 2-3 days, if it's that guy, how y'all feel? Hey, look, hey, Tony. Hey, Tony, why you BSing, right? I had sent a text message to somebody, and I didn't mention name, but I mentioned something, and then I said, is he black? Right? So when he looked through his text message, he'd know if that's the case with one of them, because it could possibly be. But if it's not, but the other guy that's being named here, how y'all feel about him? Right? Because I went back and I looked at, I've always watched his teams and his offense, but I went back and I looked at how it did against a Power 5 team. You know, I looked at how it did against a Power 5 team, and it held its own, kind of gave that Power 5 defense everything it could handle. Like everything it could handle. So if he is the guy, I'm cool with that. Exactly. The definition of sin is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result. So, and that's what happened with Miami in the past few decades in terms of hiring coaches. Exactly. Yeah, please smash that like button. And if y'all new to the channel, please subscribe and hit that notification bell so you can be alerted of notifications when we about to go live, you know, for the ABlakk Thought. First and foremost, the Storm Warning Show. Then, you know, our branch joints. If it ain't real, it ain't groove, and the ABlakk Thought. So y'all can be alerted of any one of those 3 shows that we're shooting. But I think Strong did want the DC job. Maybe he did. You know, maybe he did. Maybe he did want the job. You know what I'm saying? Maybe he did want the job. You know, but I mean, James Coley. I'm pretty sure James Coley wanted to stay the O. How about this? I'm pretty sure James Coley wanted the OC job at A&M, but Jimbo went out and brought in Bobby Petrino. Same thing, right? And I believe Coley and Jimbo worked together before. I think at Florida State. So it happens. That thing, it happens. It happens more than we know. We only know about this because it's happening to a program that we love and we follow, right? But it happens often. It happens often. It's look, man, it's the nature of the business. It's like an NFL coach on a terrible team, and the team want them to tank, and they win 1 game or 2 games, and you fire them after 1 year. It ain't right, but it happens. It happens. Says, does he have experience coaching? As he? Well, I know he was. I want to say he was offensive coordinator at the University of Colorado back in the early 2000s. He was there before I think he went to the Vikings to be their running back coach. I'm not sure on the dates, but I know he was a coordinator at the University of Colorado before. But you know, that was many years ago. But experience, I mean, yeah, he has tons of experience. He's been in the NFL for a very long time, and he's been learning under one of the greatest coaches in the game and one of the greatest offensive minds and play callers in the game, right? And that's, you know what I'm saying, Andy Reid. And like I was talking about how coaches learn from each other, Andy Reid learned from who? Mike Holmgren. Who did Mike Holmgren learn under? Bill Walsh, right? So everybody learns. You know what I'm saying? It comes from somewhere. Andy Reid is great, but he has to learn. He had to learn from Mike Holmgren, who Mike Holmgren was great. And Mike Holmgren learned from the guy who invented the West Coast offense, Bill Walsh. That's you know, it's a coaching tree. The Bill Parcells coaching tree, Sean Payton and all of them do. Sean Payton, Bill Belichick, you know, it's that coaching tree. Nick Saban falls under the Bill Belichick coaching tree. He was his DB coach at Cleveland. So, I mean, you know, you have to, in all that I'm saying is reference to, I forgot who asked me, but he was talking about personalities mixing and philosophies mixing with position coaches and coordinators, right? And I said all that to say is you could be the sharpest knife in the drawer, but also make room for another sharp knife, because iron sharpens iron all day long. Iron sharpens iron all day long. And you have to be able to appreciate, accept, and receive advice from your peers. That's what makes you great, right? That's what make great coaches great coaches. That's what make a great staff a great staff. In turns, make a team a great program. You know what I mean? Nobody can't think they're bigger than the program. No coach can't think they're bigger than the program. Because when all of you are gone, the program's still going to be here. So you can't think you're bigger than the program. You know, that's why you see like a lot of groups break up, because one artist think they're bigger than the program. You know what I'm saying? Like if you look at Wu-Tang, they never broke up because they understood. Next to RZA, ain't no man bigger than the group. Right? Next to RZA, there's no man bigger than the group. And that's why Wu-Tang was able to stay together. That's why when it's time to come together and do a Wu-Tang project, they come together. But they all branch off and do their own solo acts. Kind of like here. Right? The Storm Warning Show is the foundation. The Storm Warning Show is the foundation. But we break off and we do our own thing. We do the ABlakk Thought, and we do If It Ain't Real, It Ain't Groove. But when it's time to do a Storm Warning Show, it's here. So just like coaches, like you can have different philosophies, you can have difference of opinions. But at the end of the day, when it's for the betterment of the team, we all got to be on one accord. We all got to be on one accord, because it's going to help them young men succeed. Not just on the football field, but in academia and life. So, you know, and when coaches aren't mixing and aren't getting along, it's a trickle-down effect, and then it affects the players. It affects their play on the field. So, you know, we got to make these hires. They got to be right. We got to hit on these. You know, we got to hit. We got to hit on. You know, hopefully the DC will come in and just fall right in and engulf itself into this culture that Coach Mario is building, and whoever's going to be the new DC, not DC, but linebacker coach and OC and wide receivers coach. Same thing. ABlakk, how many? Let me see. ABlakk, how many coaches are going from last season under Mario, and how many players are going from last season? We're going to be a different team, but hopefully, yeah, we will be a different team. I think what was 1, 2, 3 coaches, right? 3, if I'm not mistaken. Gaddis, Coach Strong, Coach Steele, right? Those 3. We got several players that's going, so we're definitely going to be a different team, a new team, but hopefully we'll be a better team, right? Hopefully we'll be a better team, and hopefully, when I mean better, I mean all around better, all around record and everything. So, You know, but yes, it's definitely gonna be a different product out on the field. You know, Black, I don't think Strong wanted the DC job like fans thought he did. He watched what happened to Kevin Steele last season, how the fans were attacking him, attacking his poor performance the defense had. I mean, that could be true too. Ponce, thank you, SML, thank you, and Ponce, you're absolutely right, and Ponce. So you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right about that. That could be the case also, right? That could be the case as well. So, I mean, it's a new day. I think we're gonna be fine, but that's just one man's opinion. You know, you can ask 10 other people, and their opinions may vary. You know what I'm saying? Maybe mixed. You know what I'm saying? So, like I was, hearing a bunch of different stuff, just on timelines and Twitter and stuff like that. I don't really post. I just may retweet something or just like something. I don't really post. I don't really get into all that. That's just not my thing. I'm low key. I'm laid back. I just like to watch. I like to watch my surroundings and see people do their thing. But somebody asked me a question, do I have any candidates? And I explained I didn't, but that's a good question. I would love to know who would be the linebacker coach. That would be, I'm interested in seeing who that coach is going to be. Just like I'm interested to see who the OC is going to be. I think the OC is crucial. I mean, the OC hire is so important. It's so important that we hit on this, because like I said, we average 35 points plus. To me, that's ACC championship title game right there. And if the defense could duplicate anything what he did at Marshall, you know what I'm saying, anywhere close, I think we're sitting pretty. You know what I'm saying? I think we're sitting pretty. Let me see. Take a couple more questions and then we'll get up out of here. Black, this is a question I've always wondered. Do you think eventually college football, in terms of the coaching, are going to have multiple coaches on the field like you see in the NFL? I think so. I think so. I think they ought to. You know what I'm saying? I think they ought to, if they're gonna raise the scholarship numbers and stuff. I think they ought to have more eyes on the young man and be able to develop them. I think they should. You know what I'm saying? At least two more. At least two more on-field coaches. Max, what it do, Holmes? So, I think so. I think it'll be a good idea, even if it's just by two coaches, add two more coaches to the on-field staff. You know what I mean? And see how that works out, and then they can adjust it accordingly. But I do think they will, and I think they should, and I think they should do that, make that ruling soon, and then we won't have to worry about the DVD talk, because it'll be a spot for him. I think this man was offered the job. He could have taken it. I don't think offered the job. I think he said bump Strong, just like he's looking over. We're gonna lose, maybe, but I don't think he's looking over. I don't think he's looking over anybody. But like I said, that's your opinion. You know what I'm saying? You're entitled to that. But I don't think he's looking over anybody. You know what I'm saying? I don't think he's looking over Strong. I don't think he's looking over DVD. And that's my opinion. You know what I'm saying? I don't think he's looking over anybody. Hop in. All right, I got you. Cane Juice, what's happening? 305, Cane Juice. Dang, I'm late. How y'all? Don't worry about it. It's all good. Glad you showed up, though. Hey, you know what they say? The early bird gets the worm, but the second mouse gets the cheese. So don't worry about it. It's okay to be late sometime. It's all right. It's all right. It's all love. I ain't gonna dock your pay. You know what I'm saying? But if you want to donate to support the channel, there goes the Cash App right there. You know what I'm saying? ABlakk 21, Groove, Big Groove 5. If you want, if you so choose to. Black, Black, I look at Gentry hire as a great hire because look at the talent he had at Marshall. Those those are 2- and 3-star players that he was able to develop on the defense. Cool. Like, yeah, I agree. I agree with that. He's able to develop those players, and what could he do with the athletes and the talent that we have here? I mentioned that on the Storm Warner show earlier this week and on the Maxed Out show starring ABlakk on Tuesday. Well, both shows was on Tuesday. I did one earlier, did another one later at night. So I gave y'all a double header on Tuesday. But yeah, I mean, I'm interested to see what he can do with these athletes and these players that we have, you know, and I think these players are going to love playing in that scheme. I really do. Hey, ABlakk, what's good? Hey, I'm chilling, Lieutenant. I'm good, man. I'm good. You know, it's Friday. About to get up out of here in a minute. Go pick up my young warriors. They had track practice. You know what I'm saying? So, you know. But nah, man. Look, I appreciate all 42 plus that came up here on a Friday. Last, you know, short notice. Yeah, short notice, but y'all know me. This is what I do. It's Thursday. I'm tripping. You see? I'm tripping. Thursday. I'm bugging out, man. See? This week has been going by so fast. I'm wilding. Correction. Thursday. This Thursday. Appreciate y'all chilling with me on this Thursday, right? I'm wilding out, man. Make sure y'all tune in to the Sebastian Lane show tonight. You know what I'm saying? Rasta said he's giving out free oxtail platters for the first 10 subscribers, and the first 10 that comment in the channel and say oxtail, he giving y'all oxtail meals with the rice and peas and the cabbage and the plantains and some cocoa bread and your choice of drink, sorrel, you know, stout punch, whatever. But the first 10 that comment before the show come on, Rasta's giving y'all oxtail platters. So if I was y'all like oxtail, go ahead and jump up in there tonight. Oh, man. But no, ABlakk, go Canes. Thank you. And thank you, Kane. Next, hey, man, we appreciate you, Chris. We appreciate you. Let me see. Tales of the Father. Y'all giving Mario too much credit, bro. It's like none of you guys want to give it to Mario. This is his baby. Bro, I mean, it's not that we're giving him too much credit. Like, no, like, yes, he has to take accountability for this season because he's the head guy. Ain't nobody giving him too much credit, but are we not supposed to give him credit? Like, are we not supposed to give him credit? That's so, like, we all said 5-7 was not acceptable at all, right? But am I supposed to say that every time I come on the show? Every time I come on the show, am I supposed to harp on negativity? Nah, I stated the facts. I stated 5-7 was unacceptable. Some games we look god awful. We look awful in some games. Yes, and coach knows that. And coach took full responsibility of it. Coach hates what he saw this year. And he hates when the U gets disrespected. So trust me, I'm not giving him too much credit, but I'm going to give him credit when credit is due. You know what I'm saying? I know he knows how to build a program. So I'm going to sit back, I'm going to chill, and I'm going to let him work. I'm going to let him work. And see, and like I said, I'm going to wait. I'm in a holding pattern with the new DC hire. We'll wait and see what it do. I'm going to wait and see what it do. If it do good, yo, it was a smash hit. Yo, great job. If it's a dud, then I'm going to say it's a dud. I'm like, yo, that's a dud. But if it's fire, then it's fire. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not going to give credit, but then give an asterisk. Yeah, well, but. I'm not going to do that. If it's fire, it's fire. If it's a dud, it's a dud. I'm always talk straight. And I said, I was not happy with how the season went, but guess what? Neither was the coach and the players and everybody else. He knows. But nobody wants this thing right more than him. So, and I don't know If his process is BS, why is his process BS? Nick Saban just hired a DC this week or last week, whenever Steele went. He just hired an OC maybe a few weeks ago. He took his time. So I'm not going to say his process is bullshit. His process is his process. And just, some people don't, but that's his process. Like, we all got our own process. Like, somebody may not like your routine in the morning. Somebody may say, damn, why you get dressed first before you brush your teeth? But that's your process. Just because another person brushes their teeth first before they get dressed, that don't mean everybody's going to do that. Everybody's process is different. So I can't kill nobody's process. Why? Because this process worked. It worked at FIU. It worked at Oregon. He won the Pac-12 in the Rose Bowl. Took FIU to a bowl game. Won it. So he's showing you his process worked. So we're going to see if it worked here. We're going to see. We're gonna see if it works here. We gonna see if it works here. But I'm on record saying that I wish Coach Strong nothing but the best. It would have been nice if he was here as the DC, but he's not. So I'm riding with the new guy. The new guy is my DC now. Coach Gidry is my DC. He's my guy. He's my guy until he's not here. Simple as that. My notifications were off. I'm back. ABlakk Panther. Oh, what's happening? Ayo, what's good? Ayo. I'm chilling, man. I'm chilling. But yo, man, I appreciate y'all chilling with me on this Thursday on this ABlakk Thought. You know what I'm saying? Everybody that came through. Oh, I think this is good because last year we were all hyped about all the hires. Let me put this up here. All the hires for hopefully the universe reverses everything for us this year. Facts. I agree with that, Dick Weed. 50-50. I agree. But like I said, I'm on Twitter. I'm on IG. You know what I'm saying? Y'all can come follow me, check me out. I don't post much on neither, but y'all can still come follow me. I tweet back. I do the tweet backs, you know what I'm saying, and the likes. But, Storm Warner Show, that. ABlakk Thought. If it ain't real, it ain't groove. Maxed Out Show, starring me, ABlakk. The Miami Flow, Sebastian Lane. The, what is it? Steve-O, Chris Show, I forgot the name of it offhand. But everybody in the YouTube, Coach Hayes, Canesville, Footballville, Wholesome, everybody, Coach Coop, everybody that's out there doing their thing. My man T2I, like I said, everybody that's doing their thing, that's repping as you. Everybody has passion for this program. We all just have different views and different opinions, and that's okay. And that's okay because at the end of the day, we all agree on one thing. We want to see this program win, and that's the most important thing. So with that being said, here's my quote of the day. If you stand in the back of the line long enough, you'll start to believe you belong there. So just think about that. With that being said, peace. The OC news just dropped. The new OC is